For almost the past 20 years, this platform called YouTube.com has been able to entertain hundreds of millions of people all over the world, from hundreds and thousands of individuals and companies really tuning out their creative juices to offer people all over the world with the most unique and awesome and varied entertainment out there. Some of these people work ungodly hours, carving away hours of sleep to offer people the best content that they themselves can create and achieve. And with a job like that, it is really difficult to stay consistent. I myself have been doing this YouTube thing for over 10 years now, and I've gotten to the point where I can thankfully say, and I am honored and privileged enough to say, that I do this for a full-time living. And that's something that, not a lot of people can do, and it really is a dream job for me and for anyone who is excited about the prospect of making videos that they want to make for a living. But like any job, whether it be a 9-to-5 job or something that's a little more inconsistent and varied, such as a YouTube job or an acting job, music job, something in the arts and entertainment world, there is going to get to a point where that individual is just going to go, you know what? I think I'm done. And there are a myriad of reasons for it. Obviously, maybe they got burnt out a little bit too hard, or they found another passion in life that they would like to pursue, or it could be a whole other bunch of things. And for the past month or so, we've seen a lot of these really massive and well-established content creators here on this platform come out and decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to retire. I'm going to step away from making videos. I'm going to step away from content creating, and I'm going to go and do something else. Just yesterday, we saw MatPat from Game Theory come out with a very surprising and heartfelt goodbye video announcing his retirement. Before that, we saw some absolutely massive content creators and OGs on this platform, guys like Tom Scott, Captain Sparkle, Seth Everman, and even dudes like Meat Canyon as well, who looked like they were on a roll, but just decided to step away from the platform for their own reasons. I would highly recommend you go and check out all of these guys' videos, because all of these guys are, again, as I said, very respected content creators, have been on the platform for a long time, and to a lot of people are content creators that they grew up with, that are their childhood, that are an integral part of their childhoods. And as a fellow YouTuber, maybe not as massive in terms of subscriber size necessarily, I wanted to kind of throw my 2 cents in to this whole conversation about these OG YouTubers retiring, because it is a question that is kind of unavoidable for someone in my position. And just before we move on, don't worry, I'm personally not retiring. That, I will retire one day. Let's get that out of the way. One day your favorite content creator is going to retire. For me, that day is not today yet. But in the back of my mind, having done this for over 10 years now, I have thought to myself, well, when is that day going to arrive? When am I just going to wake up one day and go, you know what? I kind of don't want to make videos anymore. I've done it for so long, and I'm losing a lot of sleep over it, or I'm missing out on a lot of life over it, and maybe I just kind of want to do something else. I mean, the whole reason why I decided to start my clothing brand, Nonsense, as well as a bunch of other business ventures outside of YouTube, is for that reason, because I know myself well enough that one day I am going to be bored of just making videos every single day. And so the whole clothing brand thing for me is my other passion. I'm actually working on my clothing stuff way more than my YouTube stuff over the past year or so, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I'm able to create something that uses a kind of a different part of my brain than just turning on a camera and talking in front of it for however many minutes. Not to say that I dislike making videos and I'm just doing it as an obligation. If I was doing it just purely for that reason, I would have quit making videos a long time ago. Trust me, I still love making videos, and I'm still very passionate in making videos and talking to you guys. But, one day, however many days, months, years that's going to take, I am going to get to that point where I probably won't want to do it anymore. And for me, luckily, I have hopefully established, this clothing brand enough that I can turn that into my new job, into my new passion. And, there are a lot of people saying oh, maybe, mental health is a whole big thing as well. And I'm sure it is for some of them. I obviously don't want to speak on behalf of these content creators, but I think all of these content creators going out with their own volition is a really good thing. They're basically leaving their career on a high note, on a happy note in a lot of ways. You know, they're saying, hey, you know what? I don't regret doing, you know, the content that I made and all the time and effort I put to make all of these videos, but I'm really happy that I get to leave and shut the curtains on myself rather than the curtains being shut in front of my face. Because let's be real, with the whole cancel culture thing and people trying to ruin everyone's careers and stuff like that, or, you know, maybe some people fucking up and doing really inappropriate or illegal shit, because we've seen a lot of those happen amongst YouTubers, unfortunately. I would much rather go out in a high note than be, you know, physically booted off by the general public than, you know, because of something that I did. And yes, you know, it is sad, but I think, you know, as I said at the beginning of the video, this platform has been around for almost 20 years now. Actually, I believe this year, 2024, will be 20 years since YouTube started, because I believe it started in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. 20 years is a goddamn long time. You know, people who were born in 2004 can legally drink. They're turned into adults. It's wild. And so I think, you know, much like every other type of entertainment medium, like music, like movies, like TV, there is going to be this generational swap that is going to happen, because as much as everybody would like to stay in those entertainment industries from beginning to end, sometimes that's just not how that works. There's so much competition being thrown in, especially in the world of YouTube, because now anybody and everybody can be a YouTuber with the right equipment and personality. And viewers of YouTube have literally an infinite amount of content creators that they can go and watch and subscribe to. It's really difficult in this day and age to stand out, to stay relevant. And God knows, people are trying. People, you know, myself included, we are trying our fucking hardest to stay relevant as much as possible. And if that means, you know, changing up some things that made the core of your channel, then that's what it's going to be. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's no point trying to push that notion if that's not something you want to do. And I think, you know, for content creators like Matt Pat, like Seth Everman, like Tom Scott, I think it's really awesome, really, that these people are stepping back in their own volition and handing off the world of YouTube to the next generation. Because it's crazy to think now that the platform has been around long enough where there really is like a next generation of YouTubers. Hell, we might already be in that next generation of YouTubers, if not a couple of generations through at this point. It's kind of difficult to pinpoint that exactly in an entertainment industry like YouTube, but it's pretty safe to say that the content creators who were around 10, 20 years ago, most, if not all of them, aren't really around anymore, or at least they're not really at the forefront of where they were 10, 20 years ago. And that's nothing against the actual content creators, that's just the nature of this platform. That's just the nature of the entertainment industry. And I think it's fucking awesome that content creators are realizing that, hey, you know, maybe it's time for a change. You know, maybe I need to step back to let the younger generation grow, the next generation grow and take our place, or make it even better than what we had developed, really. Like, we ran so that these next generation could walk, and I think that notion is so fucking awesome and respectable. So the question is really, hey, Joey, when are you going to retire? I'm sure a lot of people who don't like me are wishing that every goddamn day. But in all honesty, right now, I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun still making content here on the second channel as well as my main channel. But I'm sure there will be a day where one day I'm going to throw the towel in and go, hey, I fought the fight. I fought the war. And now it's time to pass the baton over to the next generation. Because honestly, I've kind of already done that, especially in the world of Anitube, you know, like the fact that I don't really make anime content necessarily anymore, especially on my main channel. I've already kind of retired from being an Anituber, if that makes sense, because I know now that there are a ton of people who can do what I do better than I can, and it's really exciting to see that next generation grow, and it's exciting to see that next generation of the community grow. It is sad, it is sentimental, you know. Would I have wanted to be at the very, very top of the Anitube world for as long as possible? Sure, that would have been great, but I personally wouldn't have been happy with it, because I personally just didn't really want to make that content anymore. And the same goes for these OG creators as well. I think it's completely fine and respectable because people change, people grow. And in the case with stepping back from YouTube entirely, you know, living your own life and experiencing your own life outside of the internet is just as important as trying to hold on to, if not more important than trying to hold on to a career on the internet. So just know that I think within the next couple of years, we are going to start to see a lot more content creators that are going to be retiring per se. And I think there's nothing, you know, bad or anything like that, especially if they're doing it on a clean slate and, you know, not as a result of being cancelled or whatever. Because we have gotten to this point now in the YouTube world where the next generation is cooking. The next generation is cooking, and, you know, the OGs have to step out of the kitchen and let the younger generation cook. And I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if anything, it should be respected to the highest degree that these content creators are realizing that and doing it on their own terms. And that's why I've always said to not get invested too much into your favorite content creator, especially to the point where like your entire life revolves around this particular content creator. And I've always said this amongst my own fans. I mean, I know you guys are fucking chill, you know, because every time you guys stop me in the streets, you guys are like mates. And I love that dynamic that we have, that, you know, you guys don't view me as this like person in the clouds, you know, someone I have to revolve my entire life around, because that's just cringe as fuck, to be honest. But to those people who do that, you know, just know that, you know, that person, that content creator you are watching right now that you're revolving your entire life around is eventually going to retire. And when that happens, what are you going to do about it? Someone that you've dedicated your entire lifeblood to is suddenly gone from the internet, then, you know, you're going to be put in a spot that's not very healthy and is probably just going to fuck you up as well. So I've always said, you know, and I know this is a bit of a tangent, but I've always said to people, hey, it's okay to like your favorite content creator. It's fine to like support your favorite content creator, but don't revolve your entire life around it, because it puts pressure on the content creator, and honestly, it's just cringe. But going back to the main point of, you know, these YouTubers retiring, I think, again, it is mega respectful that they had the balls to do that, because I'm sure for a lot of these guys, it's not easy to make videos like that. I mean, look at MatPat's video. That guy was a blubbering mess in the video. And to be honest, I don't blame him. As he said in his video, for a third of his entire life, he has dedicated to making something that he is now deciding to step away from. That is not something that is easy to do. And to the people who are like making fun of him because he was like crying in the video or whatever, like, what's wrong with you, bro? Can you imagine dedicating a third of your life to something and then deciding to step away from it to better your own life? You probably wouldn't be in a positive mood either. I think it's super respectful that these content creators are finally getting the break that a lot of them definitely deserve, and that they have the foresight enough to see that, hey, you know what? I need to work on other things. I want to work on other things, and that this career that they have built on YouTube.com is not everything in their life. And I think people should respect that, and people should celebrate that as well. I think these content creators retiring is in and of itself a celebration. It's a celebration of hard work, dedication, and just awesome commitment that these people have put into, because they purely loved it. They had the passion for it. And, you know, that I think that deserves a round of applause, honestly. It's a net positive for everybody. And I think it's a great sign of growth as a content creator as well. And one day, myself and every content creator that you know and love here on this platform is eventually going to retire, and I don't think there is anything wrong with that. Unless they get cancer for whatever reason, then obviously don't congratulate that. So yeah, just know, I'm not retiring anytime soon. I'm still going to make content and do my other stuff at the same time, because I'm a psycho like that loves to do 3-4 jobs at the same time. And a big congratulations to all the content creators who have decided to retire. You guys deserved it. You guys deserve the break. You guys deserve the change in life. And just know that all content creators out there that respect you and your content respect your decision. And I hope all these people next stages in life, whatever that may be, are just as fruitful, if not more fruitful, than the one that they created here on this platform. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this subject, and thanks for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smack my face right here. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep making big channel number go bigger. Over here next to my head is a couple more videos you can check out if you enjoyed this one. Links to my social media, as well as my Patreon to support me directly. And hey, Nonsense, again, check it out. We got some sick clothes. We're bringing out some awesome stuff this year. Nonsense.jp, links in the description, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.